Welcome to Operations Unfiltered, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of influencer and talent management. I'm your host, Zarina, and on today's episode, we're diving into some cultural moments that have captured my attention this past week. Buckle up because we're covering everything from immigration arrests shaking up the culture to changes on my favorite WNBA team, the Las Vegas Aces, and the fallout from diversity, equity, and inclusion rollbacks at some major retailers. Trust me, it's a lot. So let's get into it. Let's start with something that's equally heartbreaking and frustrating: the recent rise in immigration arrest. With the new president taking office, we've seen a rise in high-profile cases involving people being arrested and sent back to their home countries. And while this might seem like it's happening in a completely different sphere from marketing, let's not forget how much of our culture and the marketing world is influenced by immigrant communities. Like, think about it: food trends, fashion, beauty, all of these industries borrow heavily from the cultures of immigrants and, of course, Black people. So when immigrant crackdowns happen, it's not just a political issue, it's truly a cultural issue. And as content creators, influencers, marketers, we really have to ask ourselves, how do we show up for these communities? How do we ensure their stories and contributions don't get erased? What happens when these voices are silenced? It's truly something we all need to think about as we plan campaigns and partnerships. All right, we're going to do a hard shift. Can we talk about the WNBA for a minute? Specifically, my team, the Las Vegas Aces. The league's off-season has been wild. And if you didn't hear, they have traded Kelsey Plum to the Los Angeles Sparks. Honestly, I'm still processing the fact that Kate Martin isn't going to be on the Aces, and now Kelsey Plum won't be rocking a jersey next season. I'm heartbroken. She's been such a crucial part of our team, from her energy, her game, and let's be real, she's truly someone to watch on social media. But with sad news, there is some great news. We are gaining Jewell Loyd. Jewell is an absolute superstar, and her arrival in Vegas is already shaking things up. People are already calling her, Asia, and Chelsea Gray, aka the point guard, the big three of the WNBA. Which, low-key, I'm gonna need them to relax, because y'all are leaving Jackie Young out of this conversation. Like, excuse me? Jackie was the team's second leading scorer last season, so please put some respect on her name. The dynamics of this new lineup are going to be so fascinating to watch. Jewell brings a unique style of play that complements Asia's dominance in the paint. And of course, she's the point guard for a reason. For brands and marketers, this is honestly going to be a dream team. The potential for endorsements and partnerships is massive, and I can't wait to see how the Aces capitalize on their star power. So for all my sports content creator girlies, take notes. Storytelling is going to be everything. So whether you're hyping up a new team roster or launching a campaign, find the narrative that connects with your audience. The Aces story is one of evolution and resilience, and it's truly going to be exciting to see how they write their chapter this season. Lastly, we need to address the elephant in the room, and we have to have that uncomfortable conversation about the ongoing or proposed boycott of Target after their recent rollback of their diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. So for those of you who haven't been following, Target recently announced that they would be rolling back some of their DEI initiatives. Target, along with some other retailers, including Amazon, Meta, the list goes on and on. Make sure you hit up Google or ChatGPT for an accurate list of who said what, essentially. So now with the company Target scaling back its DEI efforts, the repercussions are starting to ripple out, and babes, it's not looking good. Here's the thing. When a major retailer like Target steps back from DEI initiatives, it's not just a blow to their brand image, it's a direct hit to Black-owned businesses and the content creators who rely on partnerships with these companies. Target has long been a space where smaller, diverse brands could thrive, but by pulling back on their DEI commitments, they're not only reducing opportunities for these businesses, but also signaling to other major brands that backing away from inclusion is acceptable, and it's not. For content creators, influencers, this creates an even bigger challenge. Many creators, especially those from marginalized communities, Black, brown, lesbian, transgender, gay, et cetera, They've built their platforms around promoting diversity and inclusion. So Target's rollback forces them into a tough position. Do they continue to work with the retailer, potentially risking their authenticity with their audience? Or do they walk away from lucrative deals altogether? Now, honestly, this situation highlights a larger issue within the industry. Performative allyship. Yes, I said it. Clock it. If brands aren't willing to stand firm in their commitments to inclusion, what does that really say about their values? And for creators and marketers, how do we navigate these murky waters while staying true to our own values? One thing is clear, though, these rollbacks and boycotts are not just isolated events. They are a part of a larger conversation about accountability and authenticity in the business world. Personally, I think as we move forward, it's crucial to hold these brands accountable and to use our platforms to amplify the voices of those who are being impacted the most. And I know it may be hard, but please listen to these Black-owned businesses when they tell you what they need. I know it might be easy for you to say, no, I'm just not going to support them. But if the Black-owned business is saying, please buy my products off the shelves, please listen to them. I'm a corporate project manager. Logistics is my life. Project planning is my life. And know that things do not happen overnight. Some of these business owners have mortgaged their homes to supply these purchase orders. It's just not as simple as taking their stuff off the shelves. So do with that information what you will. Spend your Black dollars where you want to spend them. But please listen to these business owners when they're asking you or telling you what they need. So where do we go from here? It's standing in solidarity with our immigrant communities, keeping an eye on the WNBA's next big moves, or navigating the complexities of brand partnerships in the wake of presumed boycotts. One thing is clear, there's always more to the story. Widen your lens, friends. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Operations Unfiltered. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, leave me a review. And if there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future episode, feel free to reach out. Until next time, I'm your host, Zarina, reminding you to stay curious, stay critical, and keep creating.